YouTube, what's going on, y'all? So Dondozo the Unrivaled is now live in 7-star raids across Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, and although at first he might not seem like too much of a threat, it's his massive HP stat that can make his fight a bit tricky. But don't worry, because as usual, I am here to show you a Pokemon that you can use to take this raid on solo pretty easily. Now, Dondozo is going to be level 100 and have the ability Unaware. Its nature is going to be adamant, which means its physical attacks are going to hit just a little bit harder than normal. And it's obviously a water Tera type, meaning its water type moves are going to be boosted even further. Its move pool is Wave Crash, Order Up, Earthquake, and Avalanche, but during the Tera raid battle, it will have access to the moves Yawn and Curse as well. Like all 7-star raids before it, it cannot be shiny, and only one can be caught per save file because it does come with that Mightiest Mark. Here's an additional tip if your goal is to grind out some Herba Mysticas from these raids. Head into Montenevra and go to the High Roller Sushi restaurant. You're going to buy the exclusive 4-piece sushi frost set, which is going to give you access to raid power level 2 for all water Tera type raid battles. What this means is you'll get an additional 2 rewards when completing water Tera type raids, which means 2 additional chances at rolling some Herba Mystica. And the effects of this only cost 4,000 Pokebucks and last for 30 minutes, so honestly, it's a steal. All right, enough yapping, let's get into the build. For this raid, we are going to be using Vileplume. This build has been one of my favorites because it feels very well balanced in terms of bulk, heals, and attack damage. Its moveset is going to be Grass Knot and Acid Spray, along with the 2 egg moves Synthesis and Strength Sap. So let's do a real quick recap of how to teach a Pokemon an egg move in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. For the Pokemon learning the egg move, they need to be holding the Mirror Herb item, and they have to have an open slot in their moveset. Then all you have to do is have a picnic with the Pokemon that's trying to learn the move, in this case Oddish, and then the Pokemon that already knows the move that you want him to learn. So to teach Oddish Strength Sap, I had a picnic with Poltegeist, and to teach him Synthesis, I had a picnic with a Venusaur that knew the move. His other 2 moves are going to be Acid Spray to lower Dondozo's special defense, and Grass Knot is going to be our main damage dealing move, since this move does more damage against heavier opponents. And just look at this big boy. Give it a Modest Nature for some additional special attack damage. We want the hidden ability Effect Spore, Hyper Train at least its HP, special attack, and defense. And for the IV spread, I went all in on HP and special attack and then put the remaining points on defense. For our held item, you already know we're going for that Shell Bell for that additional sustain, super important when you're doing these raids solo. And lastly, for our Tera type, we are going strictly defensive here, and we are giving Vileplume a water Tera type. Now, the battle itself is pretty straightforward. You're always going to want to have Dondozo's special defense lowered to the max, which is equal to 3 acid sprays. So be on the lookout for when he resets his stats, because you're going to want to reapply those acid sprays ASAP. Strength Sap can be used before his Tera shield goes up if you need some heals. This move will heal your HP and reduce Dondozo's attack stat in the process, but since technically it's not a damage dealing move, it will have no effect once the Tera shield goes up, which is why we have Synthesis in our move pool, just in case you need some additional heals while that shield is up. I'll be honest, I didn't need to heal even once during my battle with Dondozo. The damage done by Grass Knot paired with the heals from Shell Bell was enough to keep my Vileplume pretty healthy during the duration of the fight. And that's it. Keep up the acid sprays and the Grass Knots, and it should lead to an easy KO on this tanky fish. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe. It truly does help me out a ton, and I'll see you guys on the next one.